I'm Stephanie, and this is Snowdome of the Day. Today, we are visiting New Jersey. I think I've been to New Jersey once, and it was to land in an airport and then go somewhere else. But I found somewhere I really hope to visit one day. Do you see it? It's the Gingerbread Castle in Hamburg, New Jersey. It's got a little seesaw in it. Do you see the turrets in the Gingerbread Castle? The Gingerbread Castle was built in the 20s. It was not made out of gingerbread, but it needs a little bit of help. It was built by a guy who owned a biscuit company, and by that I don't think they meant baking powder biscuits. I'm guessing it's the kind that is more like a graham cracker. Oh my gosh. And so it was an amusement park for a while, and there's these photos of all these like food-themed rides. Not like quite like a Gumdrop Mountain, but close. And so they took care of it, but then it kind of fell apart. But then someone bought it and started to restore it, but it got too expensive, so then it fell apart. And then someone bought it and tried to restore it, and it fell apart. And so it's still in the we're going to restore it, it's kind of fallen apart stage. And but don't worry, there's other tourist things nearby, like a mine with fluorescent rocks that maybe isn't a mine anymore, but you can go look at the fluorescent rocks. And it looks like a really interesting part of the country in terms of things to go visit. Anyway, it's very cold here in Omaha today, February 12th, but I say that knowing that there's a good chance it's very cold wherever you are also. So I know I'm not alone in that. And I just thought, the thought of gingerbread really was warming. And the idea that there could be a whole castle of gingerbread, that's a nice diversion, don't you think? I mean, there's some logistical issues, like I wonder how sturdy the stairs in a gingerbread castle might be. But a gingerbread sofa, don't you think a gingerbread sofa would be really comfortable with ample support and maybe some warmth, coming from it? I think a gingerbread sofa would be really nice this weekend. I might even bake some gingerbread just to kind of help me continue thinking about happy thoughts instead of a high of negative 18 that's projected in a couple days. You know what else makes me happy? Is people with a vision who pursue it, even if others say, who needs a gingerbread castle? I mean, clearly somebody knew that their community needed one. And the number of times people have attempted to restore it means that other people across almost 100 years have either shared or caught on to that vision. And I love that for all of us, that different people can catch on to different visions and go forward with it. And I hope this neighborhood sees the return of the Gingerbread Castle, and I hope they find partners in that work. And I hope to encounter other people who have dreams, if not of gingerbread castles, other things that others don't believe quite are possible, but they know are a good thing. This week, our church took Valentine's and fair trade chocolate bars to the teachers and staff at Benson West Elementary School, one of the neighborhood elementary schools to our church. And that's an idea that I had never thought of, I'm ashamed to say, but one of the churches in our cluster group thought of it and invited the rest of us to do it. And I thought, that's a dream that we can get hold of, and we'll do it this year in a pandemic as best we can, and maybe in other years we can expand that vision of sharing a thank you note and a treat with our neighborhood teachers and the people who support them in their work at their school. That felt really good. It isn't a gingerbread castle, but maybe it's just as good. I hope it helps to restore the mood and spirit of those teachers and staff at that school. So today I give thanks for the dreams, for for the people who carry them on. And I give thanks for the invitation to share the dreams of others and to continue forward with them. And I'm also thankful for gingerbread and the hope that it brings me. If you're somewhere cold, I hope you stay warm. And I know I'm hopeful for the safety of anyone who works outdoors or who lives outdoors, that we may push through to the highs that we're looking for next week of 12 and 20 degrees. We can do it. God's with us. Amen.